There'll never be no comparison. You're live on the show. Sit back and have a listen. LDBC. This is your boy, Coach Shelton Harrison. You're live on the Coach Shelton Harrison Boxing and MMA Show Live. Okay, guys. You had, Nazim Richardson, hours before this fight went off. And this right here is chilling. This is very chilling. Nazim Richardson, he actually did an article, man. He did an interview with a lot of guys. And before this fight even went down, Nazim said, you know what? I hope Bernard don't go out on his back. Now, we've been hearing about the split between, Nazim Richardson and Bernard Hopkins, man. You know what, though? Nazim seemed like a really stand-up type of guy with a lot of integrity, man. Nazim seems like a very integral person, and I can read these kind of people, okay? I can read these kind of people. But you know what, man? BHOP is real shady. He been shady for a minute. Even some of his comments he been making, man. I have to start kind of scratching my head at some of the comments, man. And then, it's just like some of the comments he made about Ward. Like, he was actually hating on Ward. Like, he was saying at first Ward shouldn't fight Kovalev, but then you get in there and you get your ass whooped by Kovalev. I mean, so what's the difference? So Ward can't go in there and go in there and give his hand against Kovalev, but you can, okay? Then after Ward won the Kovalev fight, you kind of tell B-Hop was kind of acting like, he was trying to act proud, but really you can tell, man, you can tell deep down that there was a little bit of animosity because he did something that he couldn't do. I'm telling y'all, B-Hop always been shady. And then Nazim started talking about how the split happened. Nazim said, he didn't call me. I didn't know. Because, see, how they had to set up, man. He said, man, me and Bernard, we never hung out. We never did any of that. He just said he would get a phone call from Bernard. Bernard would go to the gym. He'd get a phone call, and Nazim would just show up. Nazim didn't even know when his next fight. And you would think for a combination of people to be together that long, you would think that they would have some kind of, some kind of bond. But I can tell Nazim genuinely cared about Bernard's health. And I'm going to tell y'all what happened. What happened, Nazim and Bernard probably got into, I don't know, man, like, look. And Nazim probably told him, look, man, you get up there in age, and these young boys now, they on these steroids. I'm telling you just what went down. These boys on these steroids, Bernard, and it just ain't like it used to be, man. Man, I don't know. I think you need to go ahead, man, and just call it a day with this, man. And probably Bernard, he didn't want to hear that. But the thing of it is, man, the sissy thing to do, you've been training with this man all this time. All these years you've been training with this man, and you didn't even have the decency to even call him and say, listen, I don't think it's going to work anymore. Hell, with their relationship and their history, a phone call couldn't have done this justice, man. Bernard Hopkins should have went face to face. This tells me a lot about a man, okay? Tells me a lot. If you got to find something out from a man's second party, that ain't really no man. That ain't really no man, and that person's shady, and you really need to stop dealing with that person. And I hope Nazim stop dealing with this dude. I hope Nazim, Bernard said he want to fight again, which he shouldn't fight. But, see, this is what happens, okay? These are the things that happen when you take a dump on a mentor. Nazim Richardson is a mentor, okay? And see, what did I always tell y'all? Okay? Mentors care about your life. Coaches, they care about what they can get from your life. Mentors care about you having a life, but a coach only cares about what they can get from your life and what they can accomplish, what they can, gain financially from your life. Nazim's a mentor. See, who was your mentor growing up? I tell you what, this man has mentored more fighters. He has mentored so many fighters, and he's kept so many of these young fighters out of jail. Nazim Richardson, to me, is an icon when it comes to this kind of training. This man not always in the camera, okay? Nazim Richardson lives in the gym, okay? That's where he wants to be, in the gym. Nazim don't care about cameras and interviews. If people happen to see him, he'll give a quick interview, but Nazim really traditionally never liked giving those kind of interviews. This man's a mentor. And I've always learned, when you mistreat your mentor, the man that will give up his life, and hell, Nazim older dude, man. You don't know what Nazim had to do. And Bernard would just call him and Nazim would come. I mean, Nazim got family, he got wife, kids. He got all these things, that he got going in his life. But he would stop what he was doing. He would just go and go be with Bernard to help him train for a fight. And it's like, okay, you don't even tell Nazim Richardson when the fight coming down. Nazim just got to wait on the phone call. Like, I think that's kind of shady. Because I'm sure he don't call Oscar De La Hoya and say, well, Oscar, I need you to come to this meeting real quick with this fighter. I'm sure he tells Oscar everything in advance. But for some reason, Nazim Richardson, man, he can't get that same kind of respect. He can't get the respect. I mean, come on, man. Come on. I understand fighters and trainers, sometimes they do split because it don't work out. But this is a guy that you just he don't hear about it. He's not supposed to hear about it from a third party. He's supposed to hear about it from you. You're supposed to come talk to him face to face. That's what's supposed to happen. But Bernard Hopkins, he didn't do that, man. He let everything just go downhill. He let everything, I mean, basically, man, what he did was just kept Nazim in the cold. And then Nazim just kind of happened to find out about it. Well, I'm going to call him Nostradamus. I'm going to call him Nostradamus because Nazim called it. He said, listen, I hope Bernard Hopkins don't end up on his back. I'm putting it in my own words, but that's what he said. Okay? That's what he said. Did Nazim Richardson know something that we all didn't know? I mean, I think we thought that Bernard Hopkins was too old. But see, we are not seeing Bernard Hopkins in the gym. But Nazim Richardson did see him in the gym. Nazim knew something that we all didn't know. And Nazim knew that this time was imminent. Because he kept saying, you know what, Bernard can go out any way he want to. And he kept saying that. And I'm like, why does he keep saying that? He can go out any way he want to. If he want to go out a southpaw, if he want to go out getting hurt, Bernard can do it. It's on him. He's earned that right. Nazim cryptically was saying, if Bernard want to go out with a knockout, if Bernard Hopkins truly wants to go out in this way, I can't be there to support this. And I'm sure they had that conversation. I know they did. Because a man like Nazim Richardson, with his integrity, this kind of man is not going to let this man to your right just step in the ring and just say, you know what, let's fight. Let's just go get this payday. Nazim ain't going to do that, man. Nazim told Bernard, and I know he did, he said, listen, man, listen, you getting up there in age. You're not moving as good. And you see, Bernard Hopkins ain't want to hear that. Look, man, I'm just telling you the truth, Bernard. I mean, I love you, man. See, that's a Nazim Richardson conversation. Bernard didn't want to hear it. So what would Bernard do? You go right over to the enemy. John David Jackson, yeah, I'll get you good. Hey, man, don't listen to Nazim. Nazim, hell, he just old. Damn Nazim. See? He juiced Bernard's head up, gassed his head up, and look what happened. Bernard got his ass knocked out the ring. This is your boy, Coach Shelton Harrison. I'm done. Subscribe.